Hello, fellow Chi Psis. I am Murray Sawyer, class of 1968. In 2020, Jim Medford died. He was a fraternity brother and a wonderful, outstanding leader at the university and later in life. Went on and became a very successful attorney in his community here in North Carolina. That event precipitated the creation of the Brothers Remembered, Brothers Honored Award. The award is to honor all of our deceased fraternity brothers by making a scholarship award available to fellow graduates of Alpha Sigma of Chi Psi going on to postgraduate education. Unfortunately, there have been way too many of our brothers who have departed our lives early. They were leaders at the university. They were leaders in their communities thereafter. I could give you some of the names off the top of my head who meant the world to me and who have passed on and will. And I'm sure you will have others you will remember. Bob Neely has a list of all of them, but for me, I remember Scotty Ackerman, I remember Drew Hodges, I remember Bob Spearman, Paul Dixon, my dear friend Bill Miller, Terry Colby, my big brother Joe Jeffords. Each and every one of them meant something to me in my development as a human being, and I miss them terribly. So this award was created to honor all of those deceased members. It was created at the end of 2020, and to date, over 40 brothers from the classes of 1965 to 1970 have contributed to the award, and also a brother in the class of 1979 has contributed. The reason I mention that is that brother is rather esteemed himself. He's the governor of North Carolina, the Honorable Roy Cooper. So I hope you will consider joining your 40 plus other brothers from those classes by making a gift. The award, if I can find its description here for you, which I'm doing right now, honors those who were undergraduates and distinguished themselves during their years at the university. During our time at the university, we had several student body presidents. We had the editor of the Daily Tar Heel. We had the chairman of the Honor Council of the university. We had varsity soccer players. We had many, many folks who were awarded the Phi Beta Kappa Award. Do I have that correctly? There were many Moorhead Scholars. There were those who received the honor of the Order of the Grail, those who received the honor of the Order of the Golden Fleece. The members of our classes went on and became esteemed leaders in their communities. One was a clerk for the United States Supreme Court. They served, many of us served with honor in Vietnam. We had Fulbright scholars. We just had wonderful, wonderful folks. And every person I'd mentioned who held every one of those positions has since died. Now, there are plenty of others who were alive who were Phi Beta Kappas, etc., but those people who have died had one of those positions. So in 2020, John, Strickland, Murray, Sawyer, Bob Neely, and Hal Rainey got together and created this fund and the idea of the fund. And we've reached out to brothers, and they have, you have very generously contributed. We've had probably $30,000, $40,000 were raised the first year. A like amount was raised the second year. This year, We have raised, we're on the order of raising another $50,000 during this period, this almost 2-year period starting in December of 20. In addition to the money that we've raised, we've contributed scholarship awards to Clark Williamson, 2 years running, $5,000 each year, to go to Harvard to secure a master's in public health, and then to return to the University of North Carolina Medical School for his 4th year. And we've also contributed to an award to Duncan Ritchie, who is a Chi Psi class of 2019. Clark is class of 2018, to go to the University of North Carolina and secure a master's degree in city and regional planning. So I hope you will consider giving. There's 3 ways you can give. You can give by check, you can give by appreciated securities, or you can give by what's called a qualified charitable distribution from your IRA. I'd ask you to be careful, though. The foundation, the Alpha Sigma Foundation, is the party to whom your check or contribution of securities or IRA should be made payable to. But then it's important that you follow the second step, which is to designate your gift to this fund, the Brothers Remembered, Brothers Honored Fund. Why is that important? Because the Alpha Sigma Foundation has 2 funds. It has a much larger, bigger general fund with over $800,000 that helps to contribute funds for the support of the Alpha on a capital basis, and also helps to contribute funds for the Foundation's summer scholarship program, which they do every year for several worthy Chi Psis. Our fund is separate and segregated from that first big fund. So if you make a contribution, please be sure to designate it to the Brothers Remembered, Brothers Honored Fund. So that's kind of the whole idea. That's what we're trying to do. I think by the end of this year we should be able to have capital in the amount of $100,000, maybe a little bit more, if the market is not too choppy between now and the end of the year. You know, it's been pretty choppy so far. And really, if you could consider this fund as one of your pet charities going forward year over year over year, all of your brothers would be forever grateful. It was wonderful getting together last weekend, seeing so many of our fellow brothers, enjoying times and stories of times at the lodge and times post-lodge. It's 50 years worth of stories post-lodge. I certainly enjoyed seeing everybody, and I hope we can continue to do this. I would encourage you to consider making the Brothers Remembered, Brothers Honored Fund one of your regular charitable distributions. If you have any questions on how to make a gift of appreciated securities, or to follow this so-called QCD, Qualified Charitable Distribution from your IRA, please reach out. I'll be happy to help walk you through that, or to talk to your financial advisor or investment manager. Bob Neely can also help. The foundation can also help. Scott Norberg, who is the president, William DeCosimo, who is the treasurer, are both excellent at this kind of thing. And let's make this fund self-sustaining. If we can get it to $200,000, then we distribute 5% per year. That's $10,000 that goes out every year. Then we've really got this fund endowed in perpetuity, and that's really where we want to go. So I hope you'll join me and Bob and John Strickland and Hal and the 40 other members of these classes who have already contributed by adding the Brothers Remembered, Brothers Honored scholarship to your considered charities. And with that, yours in the bonds. Take care.